Now that we've taken a hard look at this bike and assessed all of its faults, we need to budget out how much money we're going to have to put into it to get it to a level that we want. Now we also need to determine by doing research how much one of these things is worth, or how much it will be worth, we estimate, when we're done our work. So to start, our starting point on this bike is $1,600. In other words, the sale price right now is $1,600. So that's our starting point. Most obvious thing on the bike is chain and sprockets. That's $250. Fork seals, $125 for a set for both sides. Might as well do them both while we have it apart. And back tire, $180. I'm going to use Colorite to help me with a paint repair. That'll be $200 for the two kits. The signal lights might be available and they might not be available, so I'm budgeting $120 to replace all four. With the mess in the tank, there's no doubt going to be a mess in the carburetors and the fuel line, so I'm budgeting $350 for various fuel pieces. Somebody had drilled out the lock in the tank cap, so that has to be replaced. So in addition to all those things, we need brakes for $100. We'll need spark plugs for $25. We'll also need an air filter for $20, an old filter, want to replace it. Oil and filter, of course, $35 synthetic. Brake fluid and coolant, $20. And various electrical items, although I didn't show them on camera, there's a lot of little clips and cuts here and there. And finally, surprises, $300. And those would be small surprises. And we may run into a few of them, but we should put that into the budget too. It's a moment of truth. We have our purchase price at $1,600. All of these parts and additions for $1,815 for a grand total of $3,415. Now, next we have to determine the value of the bike when it's done. After a lot of research, I feel this bike should be worth between $4,500 and $6,000. Now, that does not take into account the labor that I'll have to put into this bike. But if you're doing the work, that comes free.